You asked me what changed between 2025 and now. Back then, contracts were invisible, something you tapped through on the bus, barely noticing. But in 2030, the cage became visible, and the door only opened if you clicked, "I agree." I work as a nurse in Dallas. The hospital sits like a fortress downtown, tall glass, scanners at every entrance. Patients line up outside, holding their phones out like passports. Every one of them has to update their terms of service before they step inside. And if they don't, no appointment, no refill, no treatment. It's only about compliance anymore. My first week on the new system, a mother came in with a feverish child. The boy was pale, shaking, his lips cracked from dehydration. She held him tight and begged us to help, but her phone had expired. She hadn't signed the latest health contract. The guard shook his head and pointed her to the kiosk. 47 pages of terms, scrolling by while her son whimpered in her arms. By the time she finished, he was unconscious. That's when I knew the click had become a cage. Meanwhile, our taxes still bled out of our paychecks, but not to hospitals or schools. The money went to the contractors who built these systems, private security, private data firms, private ID companies. We told ourselves government was still in charge, but really, the contracts were. My brother drives trucks. He says his rig won't even start until he accepts the latest transportation terms. If he refuses, he can't work. If he accepts, any accident, any delay, any theft is his fault, not the company's. My elderly neighbor cried last week because she couldn't get access to her pension. The system told her she'd failed to update her retirement agreement. She asked me what that even meant. I had no answer. And me, I can't clock in without scanning my face every morning. If I'm 2 minutes late, the system finds me automatically. No supervisor, no grace, just an algorithm. That is what 2030 feels like. Not laws, not votes, not debates, just contracts, endlessly rewritten. Every choice framed as voluntary, but every consequence framed as survival. Of course you can refuse, but then you don't eat, you don't work, you don't heal. Is that really a choice? Or is that a cage with polite language? Cross into the suburbs and the terms change again. Different contractors, different agreements, different rules. One patch requires biometric scans for groceries. Another makes you pledge loyalty to their militia if you want any water service. No two neighborhoods are the same anymore. No two contracts aligned. America is fractured, and it's not even borders on maps, but terms drawn on screens. Write this down on your paper. 2030 was the year contracts replaced freedom. We thought freedom was something you fought for. Turns out, it's something you can scroll past and surrender in 10 seconds flat. The nation didn't collapse overnight. It just clicked itself into a cage, one "I agree" at a time.